Mid's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough. Come on. Run like the wind. This won't be easy. Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Togo, where would you hide? Straight home now. It looks like we found him. Get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Here's the scraps you were after.
Thanks.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly...
Cyril.
Yes. If you would do us the honor.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive
The day before we left for Phoenix.
What are these plans
his plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted the complete emancipation, but your father's dream did not end there. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwin saw...
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see small wonder he did not think it achievable within his...
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, nor would he have entrusted his vision to his those who would have stood with you, shielded you.
It's a pity only they are still...
'Tis true that those most loyal, but one at least remain.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that, after all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor...
And where is
She awaits you in the Ark.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Lord Marquis?
What is it?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait. He sent an owl some while ago.
Was he surveying another...
No. The object of his study was an ancient religion that worshipped Alt. By gaining an understanding of this new faith.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash?
Fully cognizant of... I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of... Though he has been silent for some days now, yet... It seemed only right to inform you, for as you so earnestly advised me, it would...
But Ash is a big place. Can you...
Perhaps. The last owl I received, Mickleburg, was it? It lies in the... If aught ill
Right.
You are much too kind. Go then, with my hopes.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Madness, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
My lord. I am Goditha, retainer of House Ros... Your father, the Archduke Elwin, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady.
Perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Ready, go? Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is.
For House Rosfield. this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
Thank the Griffiness.
And the Heartstone clay.
Yes. This radiant lust. Thank you, my... Your father would be...
Lady Godotha.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me. The armbands are prey. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than Garn. And the graven vines encircling the stone.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task, but this was more than just a message. It was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed even if the armbands were incomplete, she would so...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was of the deep love he had for... In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess... I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. And so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been...
Lady Godotha, on behalf of...
As do I.
Thank you, my lord, for coming back to...
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the...
It is.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, let him see that you have received...
I suppose it would be churlish. What do you say, Clive?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is in... Since the day we recovered it, I prithee claim it. And I do not doubt that your father...
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. The Undying are not the only secret fellowship in this realm, you know. There are others each working.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling...
You're really going to go?
I am. But before I go...
If it's within my power to help.
It's the children. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friend... I can think of only one place where they are certain to be...
Of course.
Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in...
What?
Every last one of the bastards.
Bandits are one thing. But we need to evacuate. Ferda, gather. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must... Well?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to tell them to prepare for a full and...
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince them.
What's an...
You have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? What do you want?
To pass on an important... There's been an ether flood. Out in the camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering, they're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now. You need to begin preparing for a full...
Oh, do we? And...
Lubor, perhaps? You may believe his lies, my lord.
But why would he lie about...
Some twisted it. If he had not been unmasked, a great honor for one he might well feel a...
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but Lubor cannot be trusted.
You may not trust me. But for the sake of your people, ask if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's...
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the account. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says a bloody fool, which means the town guard can't be counted, but I can. If you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking...
Victor.
I couldn't abandon them, and Lubor is in need at this very moment. You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Go on! Go!
Just go. Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Go. Come on.
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you, ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Oh,
Yes,
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage, and they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done. As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalamil.
Looks like everyone's ready.
Come on.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside? We can't leave a single one alive. The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And we only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Lubo. About the children.
Fear not. You are, of course, relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Do you see that too?
Papa?
What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared.
can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. Men.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you in?
No, my lord. You arrive.
Fucking traitors. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close. It's a fucking your interfering old bastard of an uncle, my lord, Mark. Or is Sid the Outlaw more...
Call me what you want. It doesn't change you or the urgency of the message I bring.
Before I agree to any... I'd have you answer one... What do you stand?
I won't deny that I might benefit from it. I seek a new beginning for all. And while the choices I've made, I know I'm so long. So many of us have been when it should have been our decision all along. But in order to take it, we must stand together.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. You are no... I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering... Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and...
Thank you, Field.
But they are not the only one.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. We will need an envoy. One who can...
I'm flattered. And I have other problems to it. What we need is a skilled arbitrator.
Is that so? And would he happen to...
Of a different kind.
Beggars, I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bade me escort the...
And I will see that my associate joins.
Very good, man.
I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough? Save the world? Of course. We've overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the...
respite there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then?
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Ready, go?
Yeah!
I can walk from here. Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking... Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains and do the one thing that has proved impossible.
I know it's a lot to ask.
And you'd have me give up what little the people of Lost Wing are my... You'll have to find someone...
I'm sorry to...
And why might that be?
What he's asking. They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what... We'll see that the grapes are picked and the ton...
It's not...
Then what is it?
You know that's not...
Then what are... Only we are worse. Why turn your back on everyone else? Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring... I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall some...
So you'll join us? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of curse breakers to accompany...
That would be very much... I hear the roads are far from safe.
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
And who'll pay for that?
Who do you think?
I'm nervous. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate.
At your service.
Please, just Sid. There are no...
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluated...
To become a scout, yes. You are aware...
I am. But I swore I'd face him.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who... No magic, no support, just one man. It taught me what one man can do, and I've been training ever since, so that one day, I can be someone's saviour.
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds...
So...
You haven't even started. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout. Eastwatch. The guards there record all and bring it here.
And bring it here, right.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the... You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect, and all without being discovered and thrown into an
Ember. Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me. Be safe. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
If you want him...
Let there be light!
on.
A fortress?
Who'd you think?
I didn't... Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he's...
The right man I believe this is the logbook you take.
Don't you tell me you breached the tower.
What? To bring the thing back without getting...
He has you then, his heir.
But Sid!
He did what he thought was best.
Of course. Don't you leave my...
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.